Lecture Part 2. Well, we come across trauma and emotional wounds. Unresolved trauma and emotional wounds can contribute to the development of codependency. Childhood experiences of abuse, neglect, or abandonment can leave deep scars that affect our sense of self or our ability to form healthy relationships. Codependency may serve as a coping mechanism to manage the pain and protect oneself from further hurt. Healing these emotional wounds is essential for breaking free from codependent patterns. Societal and cultural factors. Codependency is not solely influenced by the family dynamics and personal experiences, but can also be shaped by societal and cultural factors. Society often reinforces the idea that self sacrifice and putting others' needs before our own are virtuous traits. These messages can perpetuate codependent tendencies and make it challenging to recognize and address codependency. It is important to challenge societal narratives and redefine healthy relationship dynamics. Codependency versus interdependency. While navigating relationship can be complex, especially when it comes to understanding the dynamics between codependency and interdependency. Codependency is an unhealthy reliance, whereas interdependency is a healthy interconnection. So we assume codependency as a negative factor, as a negative situation, rather a critical situation, and we find interdependency as something which is a healthy option, healthy interconnection. Codependency is characterized by an unhealthy reliance on others for one's sense of self worth, happiness, and well being. In codependent relationships, individuals often lose sight of their own needs and desires, prioritizing the needs of others to an extent. Here are some of the key characteristics of codependency. Enabling destructive behavior. Codependency often involves enabling destructive behaviors in the other person. The codependent partners may shield their loved ones from the consequences of their own actions, such as covering up for substance abuse, financial irresponsibility, or unhealthy coping mechanisms. This perpetuates the cycle of dependency and prevents the other person from taking responsibility for their actions. Lack of boundaries. While codependents struggle with the the codependents struggle with setting and maintaining healthy boundaries, they may have weak or non existent boundaries, making it difficult to differentiate their own needs and the desires from those of others. This can lead to a loss of personal identity and a constant sense of sacrificing oneself for the sake of the relationship. It leads us to emotional fusion. Codependent relationships tend to be characterized by emotional fusion, where individuals become immersed and lose their sense of individuality. Boundaries become blurred and emotions become intertwined, making it challenging to differentiate between one's own feelings and those of their partner.